We are here to discuss about IPMAT 21 indoor paper examination. Now, my name is Patrick. I scored a 100 percentile in CAT 6 times. Also scored rank 1 in MBACD thrice, rank 1 in ZAT twice. So fairly comfortable with the paper strategy as far as the exam is concerned. So this particular video is with regards to the paper strategy for IPMAT indoor exam. What you need to do and how do you need to plan your paper as far as the exam is concerned. So let's try to understand the paper pattern first. So there are three sections, each of 30 minutes. So if you look at max MCQ questions, max short answers and verbal. There are 20 questions in max MCQs, 10 questions in short answer max and verbal 30 questions, all for 30 minutes. Also there are 4 marks for each question, -1 for wrong answer in the MCQ and no negative mark for where there is non-MCQ. That means in this middle section, short answers, there will be no negative marks as the exam is concerned. Now coming as far as the paper strategy is concerned, let's look at each section. Now if you look at section 1, the type of question that are, you have DI question, geometry, algebra, modern maths, arithmetic. This is what the last year's paper was there. So be aware about, I'm not saying the same paper pattern will come, but there is high chance that the breakup will be similar. Like there should be 5 DI questions or so on. Now, the goal in the exam is to solve the easy ones first and then the tough ones. So, whatever the tougher ones later, because the easier ones will take me lesser time to solve and I'll get it chance of going right is more. The tougher ones will take more time. Also, whenever a paper is created, it is always planned accordingly where there are some easy questions and some tough questions. That is always there. So, the goal is to look out for easy questions and try to solve. Okay. So, let's look at what the strategy should be. 2 strategies I'll talk about. First strategy is, I would recommend going through all the 20 questions, like the 30 minutes, right? So in the first 7 minutes of the paper, spend around 15 to 20 seconds per questions. Okay, around 15 to 20 seconds per question. And in the 7 minutes, go through all the 20 questions. When you're going through them, mark them as easy, medium or tough. Okay, which questions are easy, which questions are medium, which questions are tough. You can mark them as that. And solve next one, when you're coming back, solve all the easy ones first and then the medium ones. So it ensures that you have not missed out any easy ones. You solve all the easy ones and then the medium ones. This 7 minutes is tentative. You may take a little less time, but don't take more than 7 minutes. 15 seconds is sufficient to read a question and find whether the question is easy or tough. Strategy 2. Similar strategy. Only thing, when you're going in the first round, directly solve the easy ones. Don't mark, solve the easy ones. The ones which you feel are medium and tough, mark them as medium and tough. I mean, what happens in the first strategy is some people get scared that, oh, it's 7 minutes past and I've not even solved a single question. It builds up stress. If you're such a person, then you can follow strategy 2 where you talk about going to the paper. As in when you see the easy question, solve it immediately. The moment you see a medium or tough question, mark them as medium or tough to come back and solve it later. That's how you go about. Okay, so first round, solve all the easy ones and then when you come back, solve all the medium level ones. So you know when you're coming back after the first round, which questions you have to go back to and which questions you're supposed to leave. That's the basic idea of marking the questions. So this is the strategy for max section, MCQs. Basically the idea is to solve the easy ones and get as many marks as possible. And the tougher ones which you feel you cannot solve, skip it. Max short answers. So similar, only the number of questions are less. There is no DI, data interpretation questions. The idea would be the same. Solve the easy ones first and then the tough ones. Okay. Again, the same thing. Easy ones will take lesser time as compared to the tough ones. Strategy for this also will be similar. The strategy 1 would be go to all 10 questions. Now, since there are only 10 questions, even if you spend 30 seconds per question, you'll only spend 5 minutes on it. So you can go to all the 10 questions and mark them as easy, medium, tough. And then solve the easy ones first and the medium ones. So in these short answers, you can use the strategy 1 because there are only 10 questions. And even if you spend half a minute per question to mark it easy, medium, tough, you may only spend 5 minutes on it. Strategy 2, same as before. As in when you read a question, solve the easy ones. Okay, and you can come back to the medium ones in round 2. Okay, that's the way. Same strategy. Only thing, maybe in MCQs you can follow strategy 2 because there are too many questions and reading it at one stretch may take time. In section 2 you may follow strategy 1 because there are only 10 questions. You may able to go to all the questions in 5 minutes and decide which ones to solve, which one not to. Coming to section 3 verbal, 30 questions, which means you have only 1 minute per questions. So last year there were RCs, fill in the blanks, incorrect word usage, parajumbles, para completion, etc. The idea is again to solve ones which are easy or mainly which takes less time. To solve ones which takes less time first. So normally I would recommend to solve RCs in the end because RC takes a longer time to read the entire passage and then solve. So in that case, first solve whatever takes less time. Okay, and try to mark all answers in the verbal as far as possible. Because in verbal section, what happens is your gut feel works. I feel this is the answer. That may actually work. The reason being, in verbal, all depends upon how you have been reading over a period of time. If you have been regularly reading over a period of time, you know which is right and which is wrong. Go more by gut feel. That will not only help you to be faster, but it will also help you to solve more questions and accurately as far as possible. So check out which are the questions which takes you more time. Any question that takes you more time, keep it for the end, like parajumbles, etc. Which takes less time, solve it earlier. You can also use a matrix called marks per minute. Okay, so wherever you get more marks per minute, solve earlier. Wherever you get less marks per minute, solve later. For example, if I solve 3 parajumbles and I get only 1 right, and I spend maybe 5-6 minutes on 1 correct. Whereas if I solve 6 RCs, it takes me around 12 minutes, but I get say 4 right. So maybe solving RCs could be a better option than solving parajumbles because I get more marks per minute out here. Right? So try out these strategies. I was recommending these strategies for you. Look at this. Maybe you can try a mock following the strategy that you want and decide which strategy you're comfortable with, which you're not. Right? Having a good strategy is very important for the exam. One, it reduces stress. And second, you know what to do when things go wrong in the exam. It helps. Right? As I said, this is solve RCs in the end because RC normally takes less time. Thank you.